Hello, my name is Pilaf, and I assume you probably ought to be doing the dishes right now, but it's okay. If you leave them be for a few days, they only soak it. And this video gonna be done before the mold grows, so hear me out. So, today, I want to talk about the My Little Pony Show Season 6 episodes that had the baby in it. One big thing is, everybody is absolutely furious with this new alicorn baby. And by everyone, I mean some guys I talked to, which, as far as I know, represents the opinion of everybody. And thing is, I agree with my social group. Partly I don't want to be ostracized, but there should not be an alicorn baby. It's not for the reason you think it is, though. I mean, yeah, it kinda defeats the magical wonderment of a flying horse with a bone protrusion on its head, especially when they are all as useless as Dad on a Saturday morning, but because, oh my god, look at the size of those wings. Can you imagine giving birth to that? I imagine it looks like a wheat thresher went to Cadence's backside. I will bet you anything that a health inspector came by and said, "This meat plant needs to be condemned." I have never seen roast beef so thoroughly mistreated. You look how big these pony heads is, and that's bad enough, but you throw a great big albatross wing in that mix, and basically, if I were Cadence, I wouldn't let Shining Armor touch me with a 10-foot pole. But man, that's just the baby. This episode was like an hour long, but honestly, somewhere along the way, it feels like half of it slipped between the couch cushions, then they spent the next half hour looking for it. I mean, I had to watch it twice just to catch everything that was in it. Not because it was hard to understand, but because I kept tabbing out to look at pictures of President Taft. He said interesting things and got stuck in a bathtub, and these ponies didn't do neither of that. I mean, oh my god, this show was targeted at 7-year-olds, right? I forgive a kid show if it doesn't hold my attention, but not if it's because the whole first 30 minutes was just expository dialogue. We open up this scene and Jim Jones walks in on Fairy Princess Sparkle, and Jim Jones is like, "So what we doing today?" And Fairy Princess is like, "Allow me to kill a couple of minutes explaining." After that's over, Fairy Princess stops and she's all like, "Oh man, this gonna get real boring if we just stand around in the library talking about our plans all day." So they move out into the dining room. They pull out this pottery with pictures on it, which is basically just a PowerPoint presentation, but they don't wear a suit so it's less professional. That eats up another couple of minutes, and finally, Fairy Princess is like, "How about we be ready to go? We can't just stand around here talking in the dining room." So they get on a train. We had 3 expository scenes in a row, and you know what they follow it up with? They get off the train and meet Shining Armor, Fairy Princess's brother, and he's on methamphetamines. I think he's supposed to be tired, but he's also acting twitchy, paranoid, and super nervous, so he's got a lot of energy for sleep deprivation. And then he delivers more exposition about his stupid kid or something. And you know, have you ever been in a situation where someone has a kid and they want to tell you all about it and you just don't care? Because honestly, a somersault is not that amazing unless you've seen your own child do one. Well, imagine that, but somehow while talking about their kid, they manage to avoid telling you anything about the kid. It boggles the mind. So finally, we stretch our legs out a little bit by being introduced to mutant freak of nature, Princess McFlurry. And it turns out this child was born laughing. Doctor pulled this baby out, found a giant, horrible, unnatural smile plastered across her face, and then the baby vaporized him with a death ray. I tell you, this is one of the most unintentionally nerve-wracking children I have seen in a long time. The ability to kill his soul, with the mere thought aside, this newborn baby doesn't cry more than once. They take the baby downstairs, it shrieks in one single utterance, and the ancient MacGuffin keeping the kingdom alive explodes. After that, the baby is happy again. It just destroyed everything, killed everybody, all good now. Part 1 complete. Cue the quirky, fun baby music. Now really, they play this happy, fun music as though we did more than take this child forth to slay all pony kind. Not a single ounce of the first 30 minutes was cute, or amusing, or implied anything other than that this child is the pony antichrist, willfully seeking the end. But hey, that's okay. Next part starts up and Jim Jones is off going to reunite with his old friend Butterbutt, who we learned in a previous episode is Jim's whole motivation to start a dangerous, mind-washing cult. None of this is actually any kind of build-up. Jim Jones goes to his friend's house, Butterbutt answers, and here's what I assume was gonna happen. I thought these two was gonna get snowed into Butterbutt's house, and it would turn out that the two of them would have to reconnect, work together, and find a way to blaze a path back to the castle to help out with whatever formidable powers are at their disposal. But actually, no. Jim Jones goes, "How you doing, Butterbutt?" Butterbutt says, "Fine." Jim Jones says, "Yeah, me too." Butterbutt says, "Good catching up then." Then Jim Jones awkwardly leaves. As he's leaving, there's snow coming down on all sides. A bitter wind is kicking up, and Old Man Winter flies right on down there and jams an icicle right up Jim's left nostril. But he don't even blink. Jim Jones grew up in Canada or something. He doesn't feel cold. He's just having a casual conversation with Spike about Butterbutt. Then, suddenly, Jim Jones realizes he can see Spike's breath. 10 feet to the right of him, water has frozen solid while still in motion. But that didn't tip him off. The snow didn't tip him off. The icicle jammed in his brain didn't tip him off. Spike being able to see his breath is the big Scooby-Doo clue that gave it away. And this is another one of these situations. Was there a mistranslation between the writer and the storyboard artist, or what? But anyway, oblivious though they may be, they run back to Butterbutt and tell him that it's snowing outside. And Butterbutt is shocked. His windows may be open, but he wasn't looking out them. So Jim Jones says, Butterbutt, we need your help. Then Butterbutt gets all emotional, and with tears streaming down his face, he says, I dropped out of college, and now I have all these student debts. And Jim Jones get emotional right back and says, I started a cult and I killed a senator. I committed a national tragedy. People look upon me as a terrible villain and a stark reminder of how social interactions can be turned inward and plunged into the hearts of those that trust in you. But if you have all the answers to all the conflicts we established in this episode, you guys say so, Butterbutt. And Butterbutt says, yeah, actually I do. It's me. I was the MacGuffin this whole time. In the past, you might have caught on the elements of harmony, but today, it's Butterbutt. Just take me to the castle and I'll turn everything around in like 5 minutes. And Butterbutt does everything he said he would. No conflict, no obstacles, no rising tension, he just do it. He fixed the magic rock, he stops the weather, he casts the demons out the baby, and everything is wrapped up in the most garishly pastel bow a writer could have possibly wrapped anything up with. But it don't quite stop there. Oh no. We close out with Fairy Princess Sparkle thinking on herself about how she just introduced Jim Jones to a powerful, learned ally situated close to the heart of her brother's kingdom. Also, she wasn't paying attention to Jim Jones at all for any of that, so she pats herself on the back for being an amazing, hands-off leader, just like Celestia was for her, reminding us all that princesses can be really dumb animals. So anyway, I think the moral was, if you don't have to do a lot of work, you shouldn't. Also, just because you dropped out of school, that doesn't mean you should quit doing the thing you tried to get your degree in. You should just keep doing that thing, with or without employment, until a much more competent woman who's hopelessly infatuated with you comes along and finds you the job you wanted through sheer nepotism. So there you go, now you know, watch my show, you're free to go. Alright, it's time again for fan art. Also, while everybody's at it, you ought to like and subscribe, even though YouTube doesn't always show you your subscriptions. And also, does anyone remember Zanga? Like, if you had a Zanga, you should just boot that up and, like, link this on Zanga. Just for the nostalgia, because, like, I don't know. Anyway, here is a masterfully animated picture of me flipping my tail around. That's pretty cool. Here's one with me drinking from a juice box. Got this little chicken, happy about my drinking habits. Here's a picture of me looking at this banana. I know exactly what to do with that banana. That is my cutie mark. Here's a picture of the child. Beautiful baby. Great toy opportunity. Here's me out in front of my stage. Of course, it's a brick thing, but I understand drawing bricks is hard. Now I'm arguing with someone's OC. I'm not real clear on the context, but she angry. I'm having a riot with this guy over here in the hat. Lovely fella. Obviously, in this one, I ate a lemon, and now I'm furious at that lemon because it was a lemon. What a terrible fruit, right? And this one, I'm terrified of this child. She fly in here, she probably gonna force feed me a lemon. That's what's gonna happen. Here's me in Minecraft. This is pretty cool. Got myself a case of the hippo face. Here's me looking at this hamburger. I'm gonna eat that. Then I'm gonna throw up. That's too much hamburger. This is me, just looking down at the floor. Maybe found a ladybug. This one was a good attempt. There's a banana on my neck. Here's me as a banana. Sort of suggestive banana pose. This is me with the stick figure man. I guess I like him. I'm looking off screen on this one. Probably see a nice ladybug flying over there. Look how excited I am. Now here's a real good one. And the thing about projector screens is they are real hard to clean. You would not believe. This one looking kind of sultry. Don't worry, baby. I got a blowtorch. Gonna blow this. This one's in ASCII text. I didn't know that ASCIIs came in color. In this one, I have great big birth canal destroying wings. A moment of sadness and regret for my mother. And here's this damn baby come with her damn lemons again. Get out of here, baby. Nobody wants you or your fruits. Here's me on a motorcycle. Gonna fight crime and stuff. This is me talking to this guy again. He's got like a problem. Here I am on a newspaper. Or maybe a website. Here's me in the burn unit. Again, feel like someone trying to send me a message. This is me as a Tyrannosaurus being read by a man holding a banana. This one I'm looking off the screen. I have just seen the sexiest ladybug ever. And here I am with this damn baby with the damn lemons. You lay off with your lemon tyranny. And finally, we got Scrunch Nose Pilaf, who has just smelled a funny smell and is happy about it. And okay, that's everything. Got some good ones in there this time around. So, I hope you all enjoyed that, and that you watch my show again.